So I was driving down the road the other day behind a dump truck, and there were little bits of gravel falling off the back of it and pinging up off the road, and I was getting really tense and worried that one was going to hit my windshield and crack it, because that's happened to me before. But what really irritated me are those words you always see crudely stenciled on the back of the dump truck. Stay back 200 feet, not responsible for broken windshields. Really? You're not responsible? Bollocks. Unilaterally disclaiming responsibility for your actions does not absolve you of responsibility for those actions, and it shouldn't free you from the legal consequences of those actions. It's negligence. And what do you think would happen if I was negligent in the care of my children, but when social services turned up to investigate, they found I'd stenciled "not responsible for children" on my front door? Do you think they'd be like, "Oh, you got us, you clever, clever man"? No, they wouldn't. Now, to be fair, the truck thing is a little bit different. No one's coming to the scene to investigate your cracked windshield, even if you report them. It's going to be on you to try and get some sort of identifying information from the truck and then follow up, probably in small claims court, which I wish I had done when this happened to me in 2004, because I'm pretty sure the law was on my side, at least where I live in North Carolina, thanks to State Statute 116-20, parentheses G2. This law governs trucks that are loaded with rock, gravel, stone, or any other substance that could fall, leak, sift, blow, or drop from the truck. These trucks shall not be driven on any highway unless the load is securely covered by tarpaulin or some other suitable covering to prevent spillage. Violation of the statute is an infraction subject to a $100 fine. Now, of course, it's frustrating that you should have to take a state statute into small claims court just to get your windshield fixed, and it will probably cost less and be less hassle to have the insurance company do it, even if it was worth fighting the point on principle. But I'm not even sure that's the most frustrating thing about all this nonsense. Because stay back 200 feet, not responsible for broken windshields, isn't only brazenly arrogant, it's also stupid. You'd have to be closer than 200 feet to be able to read the warning in the first place, and 200 feet isn't a large enough range to protect the integrity of your windshield from falling debris. Let's say you were behind a dump truck, but you're 180 feet back, too far away to read what's on the back of the truck, but within their 200-foot responsibility-free zone. If a stone fell from that truck, can they guarantee that we'll have had time to settle safely on the highway and not crank your windshield? No. There's 3 feet in a yard. There's 1,760 yards to a mile, so there's 5,280 feet to a mile. So at 55 miles an hour, you'd be traveling about 290,400 feet in an hour. Divide that by the 3,600 seconds in an hour, you'd be going about 80 feet a second. So in 2 seconds, you'd be coming right up on a stone that's just had time to fall from the truck, bounce off the road, and carve that terrifying arc right through the sky and into your windshield. So if anything, being farther back from the truck actually makes it more likely that a stone that falls from the truck is going to bounce up and hit your windshield. Look, I know we all depend upon the movement of gravel and stone. It's how things get built. And I know that when we go out on the road, we're all assuming some level of shared risk. And it's probably virtually impossible to guarantee that nothing is going to fall off the back of your truck and hit another car and damage it. But when that happens, own it. Or at the very least, don't try and pretend it's nothing to do with you. Because these truck people, they know that statement carries no legal weight, but they're counting on you reading it and saying, "Oh, well, I guess there's no point pursuing them for any damages because they're not responsible. Look, it says it right there on the back of the truck." Now, let's say your neighbour's dog bit you on the leg and you needed stitches. And once you could walk again, you march over to your neighbour's house to ask them to pay the expenses. And you're just about to ring the doorbell and you glance over at the fenced-in part of the yard and you see the dog, but it's got "not responsible for bitten limbs" stenciled on its coat. What would happen? Would your shoulders sag? Would you turn around and trudge home realising you've been outwitted by the owner of an aggressive dog? Would you? No, of course you wouldn't. Case closed. This has been another rant from Chaise Longue. Please like and subscribe if you like. And subscribe. That's a tautology. Maybe that could be another rant sometime. I don't know. Anyway, thanks for watching.